We'll jump from a film called Slow to a film that definitely was slow, but very intentionally so, like very, very deliberately in its choices. Raven Jackson's All Dirt Roads Taste of Salt, an abstract memory play about the life of Mac, a black woman who grows up in Mississippi, told with minimal dialogue and prolonged shots of intimate moments, particularly with a focus on hands, and hands touching and hands caressing. And Raven Jackson has this kind of like formless debut that's a really ambitious tone poem of sorts. And to reveal a little of our behind the scenes, this was one that we watched at the end of a long day. I think this was the seventh film that I watched that day. We put it on a little bit about midnight. Amanda was asleep before we started
earlier.
I
did see 7 movies that day. I just started earlier.
We projected it up on this screen right here. I can go to the master shot for that. Boom. That guy right there. And it was not the ideal circumstances, I think, for watching a film like this, which is really patient and really heartfelt and just really meant to be felt more than like interpreted and like analyzed as you go, just sort of to let it wash over you. So I'm really excited to watch it again because I thought it looked beautiful and I thought there were moments that really felt like, I don't know, like things that I had never quite seen depicted in film, but if I can't really give like an honest full review of this film yet.
Yeah, there's another documentary that we're going to be bringing up in that section that also did a really good job at focusing on people's stories more than their bodies, because they do such an extreme close-up on them that you're just seeing, you know, what's almost like a formless figure kind of tell the story to you. I know a lot of people went into this movie saying, there's no dialogue. It's a 90-page script with like 2 pieces. Yes. Now that we know that, I think that will be the approach that people will understand what the movie is. Because when you come to a place like Sundance, all you have is a still. Yeah. You don't know what people are going to go into. And I feel that many times people are going into a movie expecting something else, and they're reviewing chicken at a sushi spot.
Yes.
And I think once the movie comes out and has its marketing, once people who are able to connect to it, then it's able to build to its audience. I thought it was fantastic as a directorial debut. I've seen some of Raven Jackson's shorts on the Criterion channel. There's a bunch that she has on there. So I kind of knew the pace that this was going to be in. I wasn't sure about 1001. That's where I was like, one of these is going to be the slower one.
Yeah.
But the patience that she has for it, I think is what's going to garner her like a lot of attention, because when we were looking at it, it felt like a live moment in a photo.
Yeah.
It feels like this intimate snapshot of something. But what if you were in that moment letting it breathe, live? People wouldn't be talking with each other, right? It's like a long embrace of a goodbye. And you feel that. I don't know. I thought she was able to cover that perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a film that is filled with a lot of beauty, and sort of getting back to what you were saying about Sundance, like you really have to try and meet a film
you have
where it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard because you know so little about it, right? Like I think, at least for me, I went into like Emily the Criminal last year being like, awesome, an Aubrey Plaza comedy, and that's not what that movie is. But like, if you then like accept what the movie is going for, you might have a really good experience. I don't know if I was ready for what this movie was going for when we watched it, but there's enough there that I'm absolutely going to return to it. It's an A24 release, so it will be out probably within the next year. Looking forward to seeing more from Raven Jackson as well.
Great cinematography. Insane.